Hello and welcome to Between Sets. Today we are in downtown Barrie at Kensington's with the very busy and talented Mr. Cam Brown. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me, and this is a very exciting opportunity. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, glad you could join us.
Yeah, me too.
My pleasure. So tell me a little bit about your childhood. When did you get your first guitar?
My first guitar, not till grade 8, and that didn't last very long. I've been singing a lot longer than that. Grade 1 was actually my very first public performance. I sang Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up at the grade 1 talent show.
Oh, beautiful choice.
In front of the whole school at St. John Vianney there. So that was a fun experience, a little red bow tie and everything, but the guitar never happened until grade 8. It was very short-lived. Late 90s, all the the grunge and alternative music coming up. So I think Man Who Sold the World by Nirvana was the first riff I learned, but I really didn't have the motivation to continue with that. So it probably wasn't until about grade 12 I think I picked it up again and went from there.
Never to look back at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's perfect. Do you do a lot of your original stuff? Do you like to perform the original stuff live, or do you get an opportunity to?
You know, I love to perform original stuff live, and I've been looking for more opportunities to do that. Playing covers is primarily what I've done over the years, but I think you get to a point as a musician, and I love playing at every venue and location I play. But you got to change the repertoire, and it is really different when you're playing your own music and people are listening and commenting, or you can see that maybe you've piqued somebody's ears by saying, "Oh, well, what tune is that?" And that you wrote it. It's a pretty cool feeling. So for me, originals, just to get more in the old repertoire, it's just a matter of time and sitting and actually writing some stuff. But I do love playing.
Yeah, good, good. How's the feedback when you do the originals? Do you get pretty good feedback from them?
It's very good feedback, and I had an opportunity. I went down to Oakville last month. There was a country music songwriter showcase down there put on by Dave Woods, who does amazing things for country music in Canada, and got to meet 5 other artists. And he kind of lines you up Nashville style, sitting shoulder to shoulder, and you tell stories about the songs you wrote, and it was really cool. And to hear the other artists' stories, how they wrote their music, how they go about it, lyrically, melodically, and then I got to share mine as well. So to be able to get feedback not only from those in attendance, but the artists and Dave, the host, as well, was pretty cool. And it definitely showed me that I want to do more of this. And it's basically New Year's resolution time. So more original music to come, and I'm hoping to get back in the studio in 2023.
Good. Yeah, that was a question I'll have for you down the road too about getting back into the studio. With the gentleman you just mentioned, did you find any of his influence prey upon you a little bit? Like, did you get a little bit from his feedback being a country artist?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I consider myself, I play primarily country music, I would say, when I'm out and about. I'm kind of all over the map depending on where I'm playing, but I've really gravitated to country, new country, and listening to a lot of older country over the last few years. And as I said, Dave has really immersed himself in the country music scene in Canada. So being able to talk to him, get some feedback, and hear that he was enjoying what I was playing certainly showed me that I think I'm on the right path in that regard. Mm-hmm.
Good, good. The song Riverside. Yeah. I got to listen to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Tell me a little bit more about the lyrics behind that.
You know what? Of all the songs I've written, I think that one came to me the easiest. I had an opportunity, probably 20 years ago now. I was in a pop R&B group, and we were signed to a label in Toronto and did some fun things, but an opportunity to get a song. They wanted a ballad on the record. And so I think I write the best when I have the time and the solitude to do that. And it just came really easily, both with the melody and the lyrics. And I just kind of placed myself into a story in whatever I had going on in my brain. I mean, it was so long ago that I wrote it, but it was all about just protecting the person you're with, and I got your back, and I just felt it came together pretty nicely.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful song.
There were days when I was lost and things to say. It was on those days I'd wonder if you'd stay or walk away. I need you to look out for me. And And I promise that I'll do the same for you. Take my hand and I'll lead you to the view. No need to look over your shoulder now. I'm here. I wanna hold you tight all night by the riverside, moonlight, cool breeze. Baby, won't you stay with me? Look this way and don't leave. We'll take our time and just breathe. Close your eyes and trust me that this is our reality. Oh, I wanna love you tonight and every other night after this. There are nights that I wish you were known. Even though you've been hurt before, I swear I'll never go. I won't lie. You have my word, and I promise that you'll never cry again. Only happy tears from now until the end. No need to look over your shoulder now. I'm here. I wanna hold you tight all night by the riverside, moonlight, cool breeze. Baby, won't you stay with me? Look this way and don't leave. We'll take our time and just breathe. Close your eyes and trust me that this is our reality. Oh, I wanna love you tonight and every other night after this. After this.
Recording, we talked about that briefly for a second. Do you have any plans coming up for recording?
I don't have any specific plans, but I would like to get at least one or two in the bag in the new year. I mean, music has changed so much, distribution-wise, recording-wise, since I did it last, and recorded a full-length album back in 2003. I think we're going back quite a ways, and then went the school route after the independent music scene. I left that for a little bit, so there's been a big hiatus in the middle, and I've done some recording and some projects here and there, but I'd really like to put a focus on doing a professional track once again. I'd like to get in touch with my old producer with that and see if we can get it on the old all the streaming services.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
For sure.
That'd be nice. You mentioned just a second ago about your pop from the past.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
It's a great conversation starter, Oh, that one time I was in a boy band.
Yeah, it's a great way to.
That's right. There's not many of us, but it did happen. That I was 19, 20 actually. I was living in Toronto and doing some auditions, after high school, just trying to get into anything really. But I really wanted to do music, and ended up landing an audition for a pop R&B group. They were looking for a lead singer, and the manager of that group was the manager of a boy band named 3 Deep, and they had some success in the late 90s. Two of the guys were from Young and the Restless, the soap opera.
Oh, wow.
Eddie Cibrian and Josh Morrow, who played Nick Newman on the YNR. So they did have some success, and there was a formula to the group, and that's what they did with us. We were called Drop 4, and we recorded an album. I had the fortunate opportunity. I was the lead singer of the group, which was great, and worked with the other guys and worked some harmonies in there, a little bit of choreography. We filmed a video for YTV that went national in 2003, and then the group switched. Group dynamics, both musically and personality based. Same management, different members the next year. Group name was then One Avenue, and we had two guys. One was a good friend of mine, still is a good friend of mine, really talented singer and performer, and the other guy we found through an audition, who actually ended up being, not ended up, he is Kevin Bacon's legit nephew.
Oh.
So there's that when you play the was it 6 degrees of separation to Kevin Bacon, so I can get there in 2.
Yeah, that's not bad.
There you go, not bad at all.
Shortcut.
Yeah, exactly. So we did another video, some more songs, and we had a good time. I also happened to tour out east with Sean Desmond, who's still doing some stuff in Canada, and opened some shows for him. But I mean, as you well know, the music scene, it's a tricky one, and everybody had their different aspirations or whatever. So it was about 2 years that kind of got me rolling in the Canadian music scene, and I'm fortunate for every minute of it, and did a lot of fun things. And as I said, I'd like to get back to the recording aspect at some point.
Yeah, good, good. You've been a busy man actually over the last. Some people haven't been. You have been. You've been on the other scale. That's been kind of swamped.
It's been wildly busy, which is a great thing. I mean, as you know, after 2 years of COVID and no live music and lots of virtual streams, which was a pretty cool way to do things for a while there. It's been really refreshing to get back out, and I did not anticipate being this busy at all this calendar year, but ever since I think mid-April to right through the holiday season, it's been wall to wall, which has been fantastic.
Yeah,
and it's great to get out and see people enjoying the tunes, and obviously love playing them as well.
Yeah. So Simcoe County's been quite responsive to you, and
yeah. I play primarily in Simcoe County. I've ventured out a little bit, depending on private functions or some weddings. Halliburton, Owen Sound, all that. We were down in Mississauga Country Club a couple weeks ago, which is a beautiful spot. So it's I'm planning on doing a big tag on the old Instagram there at some point, just thanking all the amazing places I played this past year. It's also just kind of an exercise to say where the heck did I play this year, because it's been a lot of places, but really happy to be a part of everyone and meet all the people I have, and it's been a good year for live music for sure.
Good. Speaking of fans and that, do you get a bit of a following? Do you have repeat people that show up somewhere where you go, hey?
That's right. My mom, my dad, my Aunt Darlene, my wife Amy, they're all great. And I love you for it. Thanks for coming out. But no, you know what? It's as the social media presence grows a little bit as well, and I do post where I'm playing. I do see some people come out that have seen me before, and it is nice to start putting face to names and getting a bit of a following as well. And I've got an awesome opportunity to play with some other musicians in the Simcoe County area. Dave Chun, really good friend of mine, who's a very busy guy as well, incredibly talented guitarist. We still do some stuff together. And Claude Chandette, one of my old high school teachers, and Mr. Anthony Buffon, incredibly talented high school teacher as well, but on the keys, oh my goodness. So along with these guys, when we get out, we bring a crowd, and it's a lot of fun to get us all together.
Nice. Do you prefer the solo stuff, or have you recently tried the band thing, or do you just prefer to stick to what's working?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure it's a preference. I started playing live music, probably 2010, 2011 is when I really started playing out and about, and it was primarily with Dave, and I would just sing, and we would kind of do the Michael Bublé thing, and I would sing and he would play, and that's kind of why I didn't really even play guitar all that much. Mind you, he's so incredible on the guitar, I didn't have to, but then COVID, and I just started venturing out on my own a little bit, and it's certainly nice to, I can just build my own repertoire and get out and play what I want depending on the venue, but it's really fun to be able to play off other musicians as well. And I've never, continually done the full band thing. We had a big 5-piece band at Friday Harbor in October. I just kind of got the guys together and we did something there. So I don't typically do that, but it was a really cool experience.
Did it work out well?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And when everyone is obviously knows what they're doing, you just get on stage and you wing it, and it worked out pretty well. So
awesome.
I'd like to do more of that as well.
Yeah. Good.
My memories like the hills of West Virginia, singing Denver's country roads down Highway 1 through California. Conversation falling off the glass of that ice cold margarita, sun reflecting off your eyes. First time that I saw you, so we started over. 25, no older, knew that was it. Beach to saying to you, we started walking on some moonlight talking. Girl, your head in mine, Looking back on all the miles that I left behind me, memories and cool summer rain. Never forget the feeling. Till I smiled and looked right past the glass in front of the girl with the pretty lime margarita. Blue sky, Pacific breeze, the ocean's taking over. You catch me with that playful smile, tequila's hitting like an anvil. Conversation never running dry, just like the glasses that we're racing. I love the way you look at me, girl, it's you I'm praising, not starting over. I wanna see us older, knew that was it. Beach sand and you, we started walking on some moonlight, talking, girl, your hand in mine. Looking back on all the miles that I left behind me, memories and cool summer rain. Never forget the feeling. The day that I smiled and looked right past the glass in front of the girl with the pretty lime margarita. Let's settle down. Pour another ice cold one in your hand and build a house right in this town. Coastal driving, radio on. Now I'm counting down the miles, looking back on all the miles that I left behind. Memories and cool summer rain. Never forget the feeling. Till that I smiled and looked right past the glass in front of the girl with the pretty lime margarita. Yeah, yeah, pretty lime margarita. The day that I smiled and looked right past the glass in front of the girl with the pretty lime margarita.
How do you pick your covers? Is there a secret to it, or do you, let's say, change per location? Do you kind of read as to who's in the crowd at the time, or do you kind of pre-plan?
Yeah, you said it. Definitely where I'm playing will dictate what the set list looks like. You know, the great management and people at North Country and Donnelly's. You know, when I'm playing there, I'll obviously cater more toward the country tunes at North Country. But you know, Donnelly's is kind of play whatever you want, you know, and same with Flying Monkeys. They've been fantastic this year as well, and really can open up the repertoire. And I mean, I could name so many places I play, and shout out to everybody. I love y'all, and but you know, a lot of ballady type stuff at you know, dining locations and so forth. In terms of new music and adding new music, just really what I'm listening to on the radio, or I still listen to the radio, and Spotify playlists will help me find new tunes or recommendations. A lot of people will make requests. I don't typically say, oh, you know, bring your requests here, but I'm happy to take them. And if I don't know it, I do make note to try to learn some tunes, because you know, if I do see them out again, it'd be fun to play, but just nice to keep building the repertoire anyway.
Yeah, nice. What do you prefer to play? Do you prefer the acoustic, laid-back chill stuff, or do you like the full country or more the rock and roll edge to it?
Yeah,
is there one prefer over
preference? As I said, the past few years, I've kind of gotten into country music. I was told just by my contemporaries and people when I play for a long time that oh, you should try and sing some country stuff. Your voice kind of sits in that range. I never really considered it, and then there was a song called "In Case You Didn't Know" by Brett Young that I heard, and I just fell in love. It was just a great tune, and right in my wheelhouse. So then Brett Young, listening to him brought me to Zach Brown, brought me to Luke Combs, and obviously Chris Stapleton, and all these incredible artists. And my mind was just blown you know, watching some of these YouTube videos of them just, you know, doing raw acoustic stuff just in a radio station or, you know, no production. And I wasn't listening to anything for such a long time. Except what was on, you know, top 40 radio, and I just don't think my ear and what I liked musically was being represented on the radio at that time. So I just fell down the country rabbit hole, if you will, and found some just incredible talent. So I kind of go there, you know, first when it comes to new music and the music that I aspire to write in that genre. I mean, I still love everything, right? That's out there, and I certainly will play anything I can too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask. Like, when you look back at the older country, like Kate Williams, Johnny Cash, do you prefer a lot of that?
I love playing it, and people love hearing it too. Johnny Cash, especially. You know, you got to have some Johnny in the repertoire. Still working on getting some Hank in there, and you know, got a reasonable amount of Garth Brooks. So you kind of build up over time because you know you're going to get the request for them if you're playing those tunes, and it's good to have them in the back pocket.
What's the strangest request you've had?
I remember this one actually. It was at the Nottawasaga Inn.
I'm glad I asked this one. If you remember
specific. and the guy was dead serious. At the lounge at the Nottawasaga Inn many moons ago. I think it was a Thursday night because they used to have Thursday night entertainment there. And he asked if I knew any Pantera. And if you know Pantera, you get the masks on and the death metal screaming.
Full on.
He was a little disappointed when I didn't know any, and it was a legit request too. Like, no, I don't think I could do that, nor could my voice hold up. It's incredibly impressive what some of those metal bands can do, but that's not my vocals for sure.
I know we danced so long ago. As I look back on time, I wonder why the hell we'd ever say goodbye that night. Two wrongs don't make a right, so why'd we play that game? 10 years, two broken hearts, neither one of us are to blame. So wasn't that our last dance? If I had the choice, baby, you'd be holding my hand. So can we still dance? Give me one more chance to sing that melody. As we get older, baby, I don't want a story to get colder. As we write these words, start turning these pages now. One thing in this world I know that I gotta do, tell you my love that I need to. Oh, I believe you. Oh, I believe you. When you say as we get older, love has time. It's been a decade, you and I have been delayed. As we get back on track, Lord, tell me what do I gotta do to get you back that night? Two wrongs don't make a right, so why'd we play that game? 10 years, two broken hearts, neither one of us are to blame. So wasn't that our last dance? If I had the choice, baby, you'd be holding me. So can we still dance? Give me one more chance to sing that melody. As we get older, baby, I don't want a story to get colder. As we write these words, I'll turn in these pages now. One thing in this world I know that I gotta do, tell you my love that I need you. Oh, I believe you. Oh, I believe you. When you say as we get older, as time changes, how do we ever really know if we don't try? Baby, just dance, you and I. who say as we get older, love has time. As we get older, as we get older, love has time. Oh, as we get older, baby, love has time.
Where do you see country moving to? I see it's revolving, seems to be, and it's gaining a younger crowd all the time. Do you see it continuously growing in that pattern, or? I know it's kind of a tricky question to some degree, but I see, from my point of view, I see country music has really evolved over the last couple of years, and it keeps changing all the time.
It really does, and I find those that are really entrenched in country, you got your Luke Bryan and Zach Brown and Chris Stapleton's, they can just churn out whatever they want, and it's fantastic. Just perception-based, it seems to be a bit younger, right? And I think you see that represented at events like Boots and Hearts, which are bringing in not necessarily younger artists, but younger country music listeners. It's music listeners of all ages. But I think the demographic. I don't have any stats in front of me, but it just seems to be a younger listening crowd. I know Morgan Wallen is the #1, arguably country music artist in the world right now, and he's coming to Toronto next year, and it'd be a fun battle between him and Taylor Swift to see who would be the harder ticket to get next year, because he's right there. So I think if you kind of follow Morgan and a lot of these popular artists right now, Luke Combs I had mentioned, I think you'll see that it is 18 to 35. Whereas Chris Stapleton, I mean, he keeps cleaning up at the award shows, but he to me is a bit more traditional country, and the guy can sing absolutely anything. But the stuff I listen to, Sam Hunt, and I do like the pop country kind of blend that you're hearing on the country music stations right now.
Yeah, good. Any advice you can give to some of our younger listeners who are getting into the industry?
You know what? I wish I had have continued with the guitar in grade 8. That was one of your first questions. I had an electric and just didn't have the interest. But at the same time, I did get that interest back. So I mean, if you do have a love for it, if you do enjoy whether it's singing or whether it's just stick with it. An instrument, even if it's 10, 20 minutes a day, that's really all you need. You add that up over the course of a year, you're doing a lot of playing, and so that would be it. And it's, as I said, fun to do it with other people.
Yeah.
Find people with similar interests, and just keep on trucking.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the best way we can get a hold of you?
The best way? Well, I'm on the old social media.
Okay.
It's at Cam Brown Music, both on Instagram and Facebook, and pretty easy to find. Local guy, and I post when I'm out and about playing on those platforms, and hope to see you soon.
Thanks again.
Hey, thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
It's been an absolute
Pleasure.
Thanks
Take
so much.
care.
Appreciate it.